All right, here we go. I think I'm finally on. I had been messing around there with BeLive.tv for a little while. I'm not sure. It's the first time I've ever had a glitch on BeLive. But what can you do? It's the internet. I had to switch over to Blue Jeans. And now what I'm trying to do, if you'll just bear with me really quick, I put the whole agenda of what we're going to be talking about on how to get more engagement on your post, your live post. I put the whole thing on Be Live. So I just have to bring it up so I can remember all my bullet points and now work just a little bit differently. So we can do this, and hopefully if you're watching us here on if you're watching me here on the Facebook Live TV show, you know that one of the things that I talk about is that you want to always be able to overcome some of the things that are going to happen on the internet. It is not perfect. It is not always going to work for you the way you want it to work. What I'm doing right now is just checking to make sure that this stream is actually going. Only because I had to work very quickly to see if I could get up and running here and get to you guys, because I know that this is a subject matter that many people have a question about as to, how am I able to get more people to watch these things that I'm doing? And some people are, on their first one and already wondering, why was there nobody watching? Well, more than likely is that you just have not developed the momentum. You've not, kicked in the algorithms for Facebook. And so there are some things that really need to happen. Now, right now, I cannot find my stream on the Facebook Live TV show. And so I'm going to refresh here and just make sure, because I don't want to just keep on talking and then quite possibly have to do it all over again. So I'm just going to check a little bit more. If you can just start engaging a little bit, write in the comment section. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you have any burning questions about Facebook Live, whether I can answer them on this question or on this particular broadcast or not. I'm not 100% sure. But if it has to do with how to get more engagement, then feel free, put in your questions. If you have other questions about Facebook Lives and Facebook engagement, throw those in there too. But do me a favor and just tell me where you're from. Tell me a little bit about your business. Feel free to share a link to your show if you have your own show, because that is what this is all about. Ooh, I can see that I'm on, but I look like a painting. Let me. Tell me a little bit about your wow, that is. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mute that. I don't know how long that's going to last. It does not look good. And so that looked really funny there for a second. It really did look like a Picasso painting, and still kind of does on occasion. I'm not sure if that's just mine. So again, I can see people are watching. So if you wouldn't mind typing in there and let me know if you are seeing a clear picture or if it looks like a Picasso painting. If it does, then maybe maybe there's something going on with the internet right now that is not allowing us to broadcast, and so that would be good to know. Again, I have my agenda on Be Live, which Be Live is not working today, at least not for me. It may be working for other people. So go ahead and post something in there. That way I can just make sure and know whether I should continue or not. That would be fantastic, because I see people popping in and popping off, and I'm just not sure if maybe they're not getting, or able to see me or not. But either way, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure and let you know that we're being brought to you here through a few of my friends. 22 Social is one of my all-time favorite apps for Facebook. If you're in business, I don't care what kind of business you're in, or if you're in the restaurant business, chiropractor, dentist, roofing business, I don't care what kind of business. If you're not using 22 Social, I was just going to click on something on Be Live. If you're not using 22 Social, here, better yet, let me show you their website. I'll go ahead and just show you their website here. And this is a great source, a great resource. And I will put their link into the comment section here. And you definitely want to use them. Again, if you're not using them, what it is it allows you to do more in Facebook than just simply put in, a post, a picture, a text. It gives you more opportunity to get people's information. You can put a gate. Still a little blurry. Sorry about that, Ashley. I am not quite sure I know what's happening. This is very odd. So I apologize. And it's not even letting me click on the comment section on my Facebook. So it may be better. At least is the sound coming through, Ashley? Just let me know that. If the sound is coming through, that maybe we'll just continue with this. And then I've rebooted everything. And I'm hardwired into the modem. I shut down the computer. I closed all the other applications that are in. I've done all the things I teach everybody else to do. And so there's really no reason why there should be any glitches with the internet right now. But anyway, 22 Social, use it, get it, don't hesitate. You can put gates on. I use it, 22 Social, as the gate that gets into the private groups where I teach more in depth on how to do a Facebook Live and create a launch a profit. That gate is 22 Social. You can run contests and giveaways. You can create a membership site within your Facebook group or on a Facebook page. You can even create a membership site on a Facebook page. And you can all do that with the 22 Social app. Again, click on the link. I think this gets you like 14 days for free. Use it for free. You'll get it. You'll need it. It's one of those few tools that I tell people to absolutely get if you're in business, if you're especially going to be wanting to reach out on Facebook and use Facebook as your platform. 22 Social, you have to have it. Because if you don't, you're going to be missing out on opportunity to grab people's information, to advertise to like audiences more effectively, to be able to reach out to people and connect with your audience a little bit more effectively. 22 Social is the thing that you need. All right. So I'm going to kind of go through this, and hopefully the picture will get better. Maybe there's just too many people using the internet today. Maybe their Kardashians put out some information that is causing the internet to crash, or our president maybe has said something that is causing our internet to be weak today. All right, so what are we going to talk about on Facebook is the Facebook algorithms, and it's a mystery, really. It's a mystery to most people, other than maybe people that work for Facebook. But there are some things we do know about the algorithms and what Facebook does like and what they don't like. So we do know some aspects of it, but there are many things that they keep very secretive. It used to be called EdgeRank. Oh, God, I almost forgot. I had to look at my own notes. EdgeRank is what it used to be called. They've changed the name now. It's called something else. But that is a ranking system that they use to decide what posts your friends and family in your audience will see. The reason being is because in the beginning of Facebook, it would just show everything to everybody. Everything you post would go out to everybody, and everybody would see it. But now that they're up to 2 billion people on Facebook, it is much harder for people to see everything, right? So Facebook has an algorithm that they decide what your audience gets to see. In addition, your audience gets to decide what they want to see. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But Facebook really has taken it a big part in deciding what it is that your audience is going to see from your posting on your Facebook pages and your fan pages and whatnot. So it's really important to understand what it is that you need to do to make sure that your audience sees what you're posting. And so one of the first things that they score and they look at is affinity. Affinity essentially is the relationship between you and others and what is going on. So the more you like somebody else's posts, the more you engage with them, the more that you maybe share your audience's posts and actively participating in your friends' posts, you are going to have more affinity with them and possibly the audiences that you have in common, the people that you have in common, because you have this affinity to them, you have this engagement with them, and Facebook likes that there's something going on between the two of you. There's this affinity that you have between yourself and these other people that you're engaging with, and so they give it an affinity score. And so you're going to want to make sure that if there's people in your in your circle of friends where you know that other person has an audience that you also want to be in front of, that they have people that that could benefit from whatever it is that you are offering, whether it is a service or a product, then you're going to want to make sure and like what it is that that person's doing. You want to be friends with them. You want to be connected with them, and then like what it is they're doing, because there is then that possibility that they will begin engaging with you. And I see that all the time. A friend of mine, Everett O'Keefe, Mark Weissenberg, and who else? Oh my gosh, I'm Dean Renfro, John McCabe. We have these connections where we're on each other's shows and that kind of stuff. And quite often, I see people wanting to friend me, and our friend in common is one of those people. So I know that affinity score is causing probably most of that to happen, right? So the affinity score is important. So engaging in other people's stuff that you know is in common with what it is that you're doing, that you want to build that engagement between them and the other person. The next thing that you have that you can control is weight, and that's engagement in your posts. And so when I'm on and you want people to begin to like and share and comment on your posts as you're going through your broadcast, for instance, that is really important in that particular score, in that weight. So Facebook gives more weight to your posts that have immediate involvement of comments and shares and engagement and that kind of stuff. So when you go live, you want to ask people to comment on something. You want to ask them a question. If it's a type of post that has a picture to it, you want to ask them to comment on whatever that post is. So you can put something either in the description or the title that says, do you agree with this picture? Or inside the picture, maybe you write something that says, is there something in this picture that causes you a reaction? In other words, you want to ask them to answer that question in a comment and engage in that comment and to like and share and all the other things. And so now the weight that Facebook gives the engagement in your posts is huge for keeping you in front of your audience. So getting that engagement is really, really important. Getting people to comment on your post, getting people to share your post, and making sure that what you're giving them is something that they want, right? And so you got to make sure that your posts, your videos, your Facebook Lives is that you're giving them something of value that will cause them to react. So really, really important. And the sooner that happens, the more Facebook likes that. As time goes on, then you run into something called decay. Decay is what will then cause engagement to go down, right? And so if your post decays quickly, then Facebook will begin to forget that post, and it will not circulate that post as readily as one that continues to have engagement. The more that it decays, the faster it falls off the radar for the algorithm. And so what you can do is that maybe if you post something in the morning, by the afternoon, if you see things have slowed down as far as people liking and sharing it, and it's a post that you want to get in front of other people, then you want to like your post. If you didn't already, you want to throw in a comment and say, and engage with somebody that maybe asked a question and reply, and maybe share it with somebody by putting their name in there and say, hey, did you see this yet? Or whatever that case is, to build momentum again, to take away some of the decay on that particular post. And so keeping it live is by engaging with your own post is one way of kind of keeping that decay from occurring and getting the engagement to come back on again. All right, so the Facebook currently has a type of post that it likes, and the types of posts that it's really not as much interested in. And so we'll start with the least first. So text posts, just saying, oh, what a crappy morning I've had today, and I hope it gets better, right? And just typing that out, that is obviously not a post that Facebook finds very interesting and will not necessarily share very quickly and even pay attention to, because it's simply just a text engagement, a text, not a text engagement, a comment. That you're putting out there more than anything else. It's just not something that they're interested in. The next thing that makes them excited, obviously, is a photo. Now, a photo is a little bit more, but still not that much better than text, because there's a lot of pictures on Facebook. There's a ton of pictures being used on Facebook, and now they obviously use those color graphs, right? Which is a little bit that's probably greater than text, but less than photos, right? But it's still not quite there where Facebook looks at it and goes, we're gonna bypass that because there's this great video that we like much better. So the next thing, obviously, is then video. Video posts that you share a link from YouTube or Vimeo or one of the other ones. Facebook likes video. They really think that people are getting into video. Facebook is getting into the television business, and so they're really encouraging people to also like video. And so by broadcasting videos, by encouraging videos, they're simply also setting themselves up for success later on when they get into the television business, because now they've indoctrinated everybody that video is the thing that they need to pay attention to, because that's what they keep showing you. The videos often show up first on anybody's timeline, and only on occasion do you see some of the other things. And then their favorite right now is what they're pushing is the Facebook Live, for sure. That is, they're even doing television advertisements, billboards about Facebook Lives. You've seen them, and so you've got to know that Facebook Lives are the way to go. So if you have not started doing Facebook Live and you want to learn more, obviously, I have my program, the Facebook Live Elite Training Program. Make sure and get into that program. You just simply go to the top of the post on this Facebook page. You'll see the pinned post. You click on that. That'll get you into the private group, and I'll teach you how to do Facebook Lives. All right, so Facebook Live is the #1 thing that Facebook currently likes, and will really spread the word out about your Facebook Lives. Now, Facebook Live, Facebook loves lots of engagement, like we just talked about before. Facebook loves live videos with a lot of engagement. So now a lot of engagement on your Facebook Lives. Bam, you've got a home run. Facebook will make sure that that happens. There's a map that Facebook puts out, and let me see if I can find it really fast, and maybe I can show it to you. Facebook Live map. Let's see if I can bring it up just using that. And I haven't looked for it in a while, so hopefully they still have it up and running. But on this map of the world, it'll actually show you. Oh my God. Oh, I obviously can't type. Fab. It almost brought up something about the Beatles because I typed in fab. Facebook Live map. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Let me show you what this looks like. It'll be coming up here shortly. As soon as wow, the internet is just crawling. And I'm telling you, I did everything to make sure that we had good speed on this particular Facebook. And I can see my lights are blinking on my Mimo Live program over here, telling me that it's struggling right now. And so is this map, apparently, because it's just a blank screen. La-dee-dee. See, when you go off the show flow, these are the things that happen. Everything comes to a crawl, and it's thinking. I'm going to go ahead and click on it so you can kind of see what's happening here. So let's see, MMAfighting.com, they're doing a Facebook Live right now where they're introducing one of the fights. You see here on the left-hand side, it's broadcasting those things that obviously Facebook likes right now, and it's giving weight based on whatever one of the things that I was telling you. So 3.7 thousand viewers on the, not the video, 3.5, yeah, 3.5 on the MMA, 3.7 viewers on the Tattoo Dough, 3.4 on the MMA Fighting, it must be another angle or the same one. Chris Jones as 1.7. So you can see that as the numbers go down, then the relevance of that video becomes less. And so obviously what Facebook is telling us right now is that the more viewers you have watching, the more engagement you have watching, they're going to give it more relevance, and they're going to make it available for people for watching. And so you can see here on the map, these blue dots are currently Facebook Lives that are going on right now. And if you hover over them, which it may or may not give me what I want right now. There you go. Oh, there's Chris Jones. I just happened to find him. He is in, where is that? That's about Texas somewhere. And you just hover over it, and it'll give you his video. All right, so that's the Facebook Live map, and that just kind of reinforces what we were talking about in that it really likes engagement, it likes audiences, it likes you to be on for a long period of time. All right, so make sure all your profile, oh, this is a good one. Make sure all your profile is filled out on your Facebook page. Now, that they add stuff every so often, so you're going to have to go back and make sure that they didn't add a new category that you need to fill out and that kind of stuff. But Facebook really likes when you have your profile completely filled out because they want people to know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, and they feel that if you've done that, that they're going to give you more weight on your posts. Facebook likes brand new posts. So anything that's older has been used before. So you've seen those posts, right? That they've come back to you somehow. Those are old posts that Facebook has realized that that it's already been around. People have seen it, and we just need to kill off that post. They're not all about keeping some viral video that went on YouTube around just because it went viral on YouTube. They want new stuff. They want stuff to be fresh. So any fresh posts, any fresh information, any fresh thing that you can put out there, they're going to give that more weight than you typing or you're putting in an old video that has been around for a very, very long time. So they like fresh, new things in your post. Facebook does not like frequently circulated posts. Facebook does not like spam links at all. You got to be careful about spamming people in the spam links, which is obvious. It should be obvious, but be careful about spamming people when you are doing your Facebook posts. Facebook does not like text-only status. That's the thing I was looking for earlier. Does not like links that are frequently hidden or reported. So you want to be very careful about on your post that you're not putting offensive things on there. Again, I'm not saying that you need to censor yourselves and that kind of stuff, but be careful that if you've built up this audience that suddenly you don't change on them and use language or pictures that will begin to offend them because that's not what they signed up for when they first met you. So make sure that you're transparent all the way through. That when people sign up for you, that later on they're not going to be shocked or they're not going to like something, and then all of a sudden they start blocking your posts and they start, deleting them. Facebook recognizes that suddenly people have decided they don't like what you're posting, and they will stop helping you in the sense that making your post relevant. So they don't. Facebook does not like it when they get hidden or reported. Facebook does not like overly promoted posts. So be careful about overly promoting, which is really strange. That one came up, and I'm really not quite understanding, but that is something I found in my research a couple times. And so I think they don't mind if you do use Facebook advertisement. But I think they want you to do that. But it says, and everything that I've read is the overly promoted posts. I may have to look into that and find out a little bit more about what that means about overly promoted. If anybody knows, feel free to post in there. I look like a Picasso. I know. I said that earlier. Hopefully the Picasso went away. Oh, there goes the Picasso. My mouth is open. That is so bizarre. All right, we're going to end up having to come down and do this again, and I really, really apologize for this. So maybe just use go to another window, but keep the sound on, because I'm just going to at least practice what I'm talking about and go through it, and then I'll come back and do it again when apparently the internet decides that it wants to behave. Let's see, where was I? That does not like overly promoted. How to get more engagement? Ask questions. So how to get more engagement is you want to ask questions in your Facebook Live. So ask lots of questions. Ask people what it is they like or don't like in your posts, in your pictures. Write something in there that asks questions. That's really a good way to get people to respond and comment in the comment section. In the description, you can also ask a question. How many of you agree with this picture that children need to be loved, and then when people type yes and absolutely and positively, I love children and blah blah blah, and it goes on, that engagement is what you are looking for. Maybe fill in the blanks. My first car was a blank. my favorite food is blank, right? So use things like that where people then in the comment section have to fill in the blank. Use video and live stream. We talked about that. Timing. Know when your audience is on Facebook. And I've been doing some experiments lately. I came on at 10 o'clock the other night and had 122 people watching a Facebook Live. And I thought at first that that would be unusual, but you begin to think about it is that people have had a long day. They're getting ready to go to bed. And one of the things that people do, but even though they're told not to do it, is they take their phone to bed and they turn on Facebook and they kind of go through it. And you get engagement. And so what I've learned is a lot of stay-at-home moms who have been busy all day with the kids. Once they get all the kids down, one of their most popular times to engage in Facebook is right around 9:30 at night, and that is a statistic I just heard from another expert that I was following yesterday. And so that is something you want to know. When is your audience on and actually watching? And pay attention to that. Ask them. That could be a post that you put. You ask them when are you more likely to watch an instructional video on how to do artistic handkerchief, or not handkerchief. What is it? Floral arrangements, or napkin arrangements, or whatever the case is, and then ask that question. Have people take care of that. Newsjacking. Newsjacking is an interesting one, and that is on the right-hand side of your feed. You will see some of the most relevant. I'm looking to see if there's anything relevant right now that's coming up. You will see what is happening and what people are responding to out there in the news, and that will be something that maybe you want to engage with and say, hey, have you seen, and you go on live on Facebook, have you seen, and maybe in the title you're going to put whatever that subject matter is. So just recently there's a dog bite in San Diego. A police dog got latched onto a suspect and they couldn't get the dog off. So if I'm on my Falco Canine Academy page, and it was a pretty big story earlier today, I would say, oh my gosh, there was this dog bite in San Diego, and apparently the police department, the canine handler, could not get the dog off. Let's talk about that. And so that's called newsjacking. So you're taking whatever is happening, whether it's local or world news, and you're taking that news and you're now making a post about it that will cause engagement because it's happening now. People are interested and they're paying attention to it. So newsjacking is a great way to get engagement and people watching your posts. I'm trying not to watch my video because I can see that I do look like Picasso. Thank you, Sally. All right. And longer videos get a bump. So the longer you go, which seems very strange because there was years ago that people were saying, keep your videos short. 10 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds is as long as you want to have a video. People get bored and they don't want to engage and that kind of stuff. But what's happening in Facebook is the opposite. If you want Facebook to help you and put those videos out for you, we can just simply go back to our map here and we can see that all of those videos that were running earlier are still running. And let's see what they've gone up. So the very first video, the MMA, was at 3.5K when we first looked at it. They just got 200 more people watching that particular video. Let's see, the tattoo person, same thing. I think they got about maybe 300 more people on there. Televisa Deportes actually got a bump. They're up now, up above some of the other videos that were down there below. So time increases audience because Facebook is making sure. I was watching that lady bend underneath the camera and was not even and was annoying. And so the longer you're on, the more Facebook pushes it out, the more engagement, the more audience you get in there, and the better it is. All right, so oh my gosh, you know, Charmaine, I do not know. I wish I could answer you. But Charmaine asks, why isn't my phone letting me turn the sound? I don't know. It's just perhaps, I don't know who to blame. I don't know whether to blame Facebook or the internet, gremlins, or what. But it is not happy right now. So let me go ahead and get off of this page, and maybe it will work a little bit better. All right. So we're going to come back and do this again. And so if you missed, some of the details because you were so distracted by by what was happening here on the internet, then we're going to come back and do it again. And I will go through all the steps, make sure everything's clear, and we will go through all of these things one more time a little bit later on. I'm not sure we'll do it today, but maybe tomorrow. I'll just give this whole thing a rest, and maybe the internet will be back to normal tomorrow. I know that I have a very fast speed. I have been on the phone with our internet providers here, and I'm maxed out as far as what they can provide. And so I'm going to have to see if I can figure out what else there could possibly be in regard to why the pixelated post and why maybe Charmaine cannot hear the sound. But hopefully you got some of those steps right now. I'm going to also put out a document a little bit later on that will have some of these things in them. And we will see if we can get the internet working a little bit better tomorrow. All right, so that is it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off and end the pain. And I will talk to you later. All right.